to wake you need your hand away, break your thin shield. I kick your home back in your door, keep fucking me low, and you set me on. Don't take some time, it's calling me you. Lost in the night with a dull image. So dissuade your eyes holding mine, caught in you, the music time.
Well, hey, happy Wednesday, and welcome to Dave's After Hours Trivia Club Live. Step inside the lounge, grab your drink of choice, and settle in. Here at Dave's After Dark, we stir up memories and test your smarts, and maybe, just maybe, teach you something new along the way. We do go live most Sundays and usually on Wednesdays as well at 7 p.m. Eastern and 4 p.m. Pacific time. Now, when the doors swing open and the lights start going down low, that's when the trivia starts to flow. While our robots quickly paint each scene, I will serve up the clues, and you will take your best guesses as we move through tonight's 3 categories. First, we're going to do the top 20 Star Wars characters. We're going to stick to the Hollywood film version of Star Wars. I don't know how many movies, lots of movies, no cartoons though. Next, we're going to do the top 20 TV sitcoms of the 1960s. So we're going to go back in time. And then finally, we're going to do the top 20 supermodels of all time. So that should be fun. This isn't just a trivia show. It's a fast-paced gauntlet of art, memory, and mystery. Let's see how many you can guess before the brush finishes the final stroke. Now, I wanted to quickly mention our sponsor, davidhansenart.com. That's me, where you can now find all this lovely cover art you've been seeing over here. It's available as wall art and various other merchandise items. So check that out sometime. Now, be sure to check in down in the chat. Say hello, throw out your guesses, or this is where you can just hang out with the rest of the crew. I see some early birds in the house. Sandra's in the house. King's in the house. Arena's here. Good to see all the early birds here already. How you guys doing tonight? You guys ready to play some fun rounds? Which one's your favorite? You have a favorite yet? Hard to say. Hard to say. All right, let's not let any grass grow below our feet. Let's get that first round going. I think this is how we do it. There we go. Now this is when I say, you know the rules. Robots do the painting, you do the guessing, and I'm the guy who gives the clues. Now again, this first category is the top 20 Star Wars characters, the Hollywood films only, no, not the cartoons and the series and all that stuff. All right, first few might be hard. Number 20. You wouldn't want to shake hands with this guy. He's got 4 of them. Known for his signature cough, though it's not a cold, just a side effect of being a cybernetic warlord. He's neither Jedi nor Sith, but he sure collects lightsabers. He was trained in combat by Count Dooku. He leads the droid armies with flair and ferocity. Oh, you know. uh, well, hang in there, Sandra. We've got sitcoms and supermodels coming up later. So hang in there through the Star Wars. You are correct, King. General Grievous. General Grievous. He met his end at the hand of Obi-Wan Kenobi in the movie Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith. And that unsettling cough that he has. Now, that was created by recording George Lucas himself when he had a bad cold. So there's a little bit of Star Wars trivia for you. Yeah. General Grievous. There he is. Yeah. One of my favorites. All right. Number 19. And of course, all of these get much more recognizable as we go. This charming scoundrel never met a cape he didn't like. He once owned a ship that made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs. He betrayed his friends, and then he helped save them after all. Now, this was played by Billy D. Williams, and later on by Donald Glover. Now, he took over Cloud City, and he helped lead the charge at the Battle of Endor. All right, who's this guy? Very good, King. Very good. You are correct. This is Landau. I like that whole scene when they were up in his Cloud City at the first time they showed up there. That was pretty cool. Landau Calrissian. Landau Calrissian. His smooth talking style was partly inspired by real-life jazz legends and old Hollywood cool cats. So he patterned himself after cool Hollywood. That's what we try to do around here. That's always mine. My go-to. Do I remind you of Landau? A little bit. Maybe not. All right, number 18. Now, you don't argue with this Jedi Master. He's all business all the time. He's known for his distinctive purple lightsaber. There's the whole story behind that, right? An unshakable stare. He sat on the Jedi High Council during the final days of the Republic. Yes, you got it. yeah, King is showing off. We need a couple of the other boys in the house to slow King down. He questioned Anakin's loyalty, and he got a window seat for his troubles. There you go. That's right. This is played by Samuel L. Jackson, who specifically requested that purple lightsaber color. That was a deal breaker, from what I heard. Yes, Mace Windu. Mace Windu. I'm saying that properly, aren't I? Samuel L. Jackson. The words "bad mother," something. I can't believe the robots wrote that. Were engraved on Jackson's personal prop lightsaber hilt. There you go. Bad mother. I'll let you have your imagination. All right, next up. Number 17. This is a rebel who doesn't follow orders unless the galaxy depends on it. She grew up under the shadow of the Death Star's creation. She's not a Jedi, but she's fierce, clever, and driven by loss. She led the Rogue One team on their fateful mission to steal the Death Star plans. Yeah. So this, I forget which one this is. This is one of the, I guess you couldn't call it more recent ones at this point. The time flies. But it wasn't a first generation Star Wars movie. It was a later one. She sacrificed herself to give the rebellion hope. All right, there she is. I actually didn't know her formal name. Her king does though. King knows it. Very good. Jen's last stand takes place on the beach planet of Scarif, named after a misspelling on a Starbucks cup. There you go. Jyn Erso is correct. Jyn Erso. Okay, let's move on. Everybody knows this guy. He hid behind a smile while orchestrating a galaxy's collapse. A senator, a chancellor, then an emperor, but he was always a Sith Lord. Yeah, okay, we got it. Unlimited power is the version of a catchphrase. Mastermind behind Order 66 and the rise of Darth Vader. He survived somehow to menace the galaxy again in the rise of Skywalker. You are correct. Do you remember the actor's name, perhaps? Anybody know this actor's name? This is indeed Emperor Palpatine. What's his other name? What's Emperor Palpatine's other name? His Force name. I think it's Force name. What's his other name? Do you know? And what's the actor's name? Well, I'll tell you. This is Darth Sidious. Darth Sidious is his other name. And Ian McDiarmid. Ian McDiarmid was the actor's name. Okay. All right. This one might be a little more obscure. Good luck. This droid rolls with style and a lot of heart. More emotive than some humans, despite speaking only in beeps. He is the loyal companion to the Resistance pilot, Poe Dameron. This little guy helped Rey and Finn survive the First Order pursuit. Hey, Rhombus is in the house. Good to have Rhombus back in the house. And he beat out King. So we doubly like that. This was not R2-D2, Sandra. That's another guy. Anyway, yes, BB-8. BB-8. BB-8's voice was created using sound effects mixed from Bill Hader's and Ben Schwartz's vocalizations. They made his voice from Bill Hader. Leonard's in the house. Gang's all here for the Star Wars. All right, King. I'm gonna flip myself up here. There we go. All right, we're down to number 14. Star Wars list. This one's a little harder. This is a Jedi who listens more to the Force than to bureaucracy. He believed in prophecy and in one desert kid with potential. He saw the flaws in the Jedi Council before it was cool. This is the guy who trained Obi-Wan. And he's also the guy who discovered Anakin. King. Oh, the only thing we can say, King, is the spelling of the last name is not quite correct. But it sounds like exactly the same. Darth Maul. Let's see. He died fighting Darth Maul, but he found a path to immortality. There you go. Who played this role? Does anybody know? This is Qui-Gon Jinn, spelled Jinn. Qui-Gon. Yeah, of course. Liam Nielsen. You are correct. Liam Nielsen returned to voice Qui-Gon in animated series and even a Blink and You Miss It Rise of Skywalker cameo. Oh, he did a quick cameo in Rise of Skywalker. There you go. All right. Okay. We're down to 13. Torn between legacy and destiny, light and dark. Obsessed with Darth Vader's helmet, family heirlooms get weird. He's known for unstable lightsabers and even shakier emotions. This is the guy who betrayed Luke Skywalker, then sought redemption through Rey. Very good. You guys almost got that together. Cake and rhombus. Almost together. Kylo Ren, otherwise known as, not Jack Solo, close to Jack Solo, aka his name Kylo is derived from combining Skywalker and Solo, both legacies he struggles to live up to. Anyway, his other name, Kylo Ren, and oh, there you go, King. I kind of like Jack, though, Robert. I'm willing to go with Jack. There he is, Kylo Ren, Ben Solo. John Doe Solo. I'd go with that too, Sid. There he is. That's an actor who's so hot right now. He used to be hot. I don't think he's still hot. I don't know. Number 12. Possibly the galaxy's best pilot. Not that he brags or anything. He's dashing, he's daring, and sometimes reckless. He's a key player in the Resistance, and he's a confidant of Leia Organa. He took on the First Order dreadnoughts with a single X-Wing. But no, this is not Han Solo. Who is this? Roberts. Not Han Solo. Kind of looks a little bit like Han Solo and plays a similar character, right? He grew into a trusted leader across the sequel trilogy. His character was nearly killed off. There you go. There's the full name, King. Rumpus had it, of course, with Poe Dameron. It is the more complete answer. His character was nearly killed off in The Force Awakens, but Oscar Isaac's performance changed J.J. Abrams' mind. Oh, so he thought he did a good job, so he said, okay, we'll rewrite that. All right, down to number 11. And they're all pretty popular from here on in. Now, this gal went from elected queen to galactic senator before the age of 25. She wore some crazy outfits, too. It was the one with Jar Jar Binks, right? A fierce diplomat and a passionate idealist. She secretly married a Jedi and bore the galaxy's twin hopes. She played key roles in both peace and war, but never stopped fighting for justice. All right, let's see. Yes, okay. Everybody has parts of the answer. And I would say Rhombus's last one there is the most correct. If we're going for it. Padme Amidala. Padme Amidala. Otherwise known as Queen Amidala. Very good, King. And Padme. Very good. I guess you had it first. She played, let's see, her final words, there is still good in him. There you go. Natalie Portman filmed scenes with, while finishing college. She was still in college. Naboo. She was the Naboo, right? Hang in there, Sandra. These guys don't know they're supermodels from Adam. I'm not sure they know their sitcoms either. We'll see. All right, you know this guy. He escaped to life as a faceless stormtrooper to find his true self. This is the guy, yeah, King. This is the guy that was a stormtrooper. He initially just wanted to run, but found something worth fighting for. He bonds with Rey, Poe, and even BB-8. He showed heart and heroism from the get-go. Maybe Force sensitive, the sequels tease, but they never really confirm that he has the Force with him. Yes, you are correct. Does anybody know the actor's name of Finn? Finn. This is Finn. Otherwise known as FN-2187. Oh, you Rhombus, you almost had that. Very good. That was a bit of trivia. Very good. FN-2187. There you go. This is John Boyega. John Boyega. There you go. There he is. He's happy. He was glad he was cast in that role, let me tell you. Number 9. A scavenger from Jakku with mysterious force abilities. She had force abilities. She was raised alone, yet hopeful and fiercely independent. She forms a bond with Finn, Leia, and even a certain moody Kylo. She trains under Luke and eventually becomes the galaxy's last Jedi. You gotta spell this one right, King. It's very important that Rey is spelled Rey. And yes, Palpatine. That's interesting, huh? Rey Palpatine. Very interesting. Yeah. But, right, she takes the Skywalker name in the saga's final scene. Daisy Ridley was working in a bar when she got cast. Talk about a hero's journey. All right. Daisy was working at a bar, and along came George Lucas. No. Was this after George Lucas? I think George was still involved. Ray, of course. R-E-Y. Daisy Ridley. All right, number 8. They're getting pretty easy now. Although this one could be different actors. The Jedi who never seems to get a vacation or keep an apprentice. He's the one who trained Anakin, and later he mentored Luke. He wields both wisdom and sarcasm like a lightsaber. He is the master of the high ground. Just ask Anakin. If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful. Yeah. Yes, King. Betty Sue Skywalker. Is that Ray's name? She took the name. Yes, Obi-Wan. This is the who's the actor here? And who was the other actor? The actor that played the older Obi-Wan. Does anybody know? The older Obi-Wan from the first movie was played by, and this is, of course, this is the guy who did the motorcycle rides all around the world, which is a great series. If you've never seen those, yeah. Ian McGregor, that's right. And the original actor, the older actor, was Alec Guinness. There you go. Obi-Wan. All right, this one's going to be a little too easy. He's small in size, but massive in legend. He spoke backwards, but he fought with style. He trained countless Jedi over centuries. Now, he was exiled somewhere after Order 66. You're correct, of course, Rhombus, Madu, King. It's Yoda. Where was he exiled to? What was the name of that dang planet? You remember? It's where Luke had to go. Where R2-D2 went in the swamp. Yeah, very good. Dagobah system. Still dropping wisdom bombs from beyond the grave. His puppeteer, his name was Frank Oz, and he also voiced Miss Piggy. Yoda and a Muppet diva share vocal DNA. Did you know that? Yoda and Miss Piggy are the same guy. And yeah, the planet was Dagobah. That was pretty cool scene where the ship sinks in the swamp, right? That was pretty cool. Back in the day. All right. They only get easier from here. Number 6. The beeping, zapping astromech who's always one step ahead. He's loyal to Anakin. He's loyal to Padme, Leia, Luke. You name it, he's loyal to everybody. He holds vital plans more often than a rebel courier. He never backs down, even against battle droids or Jabba's thugs. Yes. Brad's in the house. What's going on? Looks like you got that, Brad. Very good. Although Sandra did answer that several rounds ago, so maybe we're going to use Sandra's previous answer to be first. Brad, King, Rhombus, Sandra, R2-D2, of course. R2 sounds were created by mixing synthesizers with baby coos. Adorable and functional. Now you can never unhear that. Since I told you that, You're never gonna unhear it. Synthesizers and baby coos. Adorable and functional. R2D2, there he is, look. He's alive. Oh, AI video, you know? Number 5. They're all easy from here. Over 7 feet of fur and feelings. He is a fierce warrior. He's an expert mechanic and an occasional babysitter. He's best buds with Han Solo and his co-pilot too. He survived through multiple trilogies and is still going strong today. You guys all know this one. Chewbacca has not yet taken on the other name, right? His roar says more words than ever could. He hasn't taken on a Sith name either, so that's good. His roar says more than words ever could. Peter Mayhew played Chewie for nearly 40 years. Did you know that? It's been going for 40 years. Through pain and surgery, he stayed loyal to the role. There you go. Chewbacca. He's number 5 on the character list. So he's up there. This is a great little video too. All right, number 4. Now this gal is royalty with a blaster. She helped lead the rebellion and later the resistance. She's never afraid to speak the truth to power, even if that power is Vader. She balanced leadership, motherhood, and the Force. Yeah. All right, everybody's got all the different versions of her name. That's great. That's great. Is that Rhombus? Is that Leia in Organa? Okay. You guys want the full complete answer? I'm gonna tell you. It's Princess Leia Organa. Okay. Carrie Fisher gave the galaxy its sharpest tongue and biggest heart. The infamous cinnamon bun hairstyle. I should have asked you guys that, right? What's the hairstyle called? The cinnamon bun hairstyle was inspired by Mexican revolutionaries. Did you know that? Wow. No, I did not know that. All right, Princess Leia. Christy Nome looks like Leia? Maybe a little bit. Christy's got some surgery going on. She's got some injections. Number 3. Top 3. Top 3, who are they? Who could guess? We know who they are. This one's the cocky smuggler turned rebellion hero. He shot first. He loved Leia. And he annoyed C-3PO. And he charmed everyone else. He's the one who piloted the Millennium Falcon through impossible odds. Now, I had a Millennium Falcon model when they came out. It was kind of a complex model of the Millennium Falcon. And you can put that together. I had one of those. I think I was already, elderly. Too old for models, but I did build it. You guys have a Millennium Falcon model by chance? He died at the hands of his own son. Ooh. Harrison Ford wasn't supposed to return for The Force Awakens until he liked Han's final scene. Okay. Oh, the Lego version. I didn't have the Lego version. I had just like a, like an airplane kit. Yeah. Pretty fun. It doesn't fly that well though. Those plastic models, when you try to fly them, they kind of break up a little bit on re-entry. All right. Number two. Farm boy with dreams of the stars. He's the one who rescued Leia, faced Vader, and he saved the galaxy. He was trained by Yoda, and he was tested by darkness. He became a legend and questioned what legends are for. Yes, very good. Everybody's got it. Looks like Brad had it first. Sandra, right there with Brad. That is Robert King. He's kind of moody now, yeah. Yeah, he is. He's kind of political, right? I don't know. Those guys should stay out of politics. I don't get it. Most of us should stay out of politics, probably. But they should definitely stay out of politics. Luke Skywalker. Of course. Mark Hamill. He voiced the Joker in Batman. Did you know that? The animated series, of course. He voiced the animated Joker. There you go. Making him two legendary icons in one lifetime. There you go. All right. Very good, Sandra. Okay. Sandra's learning the game. Sandra's playing the game. Once a hopeful producer, later the galaxy's most feared figure. I'm sorry, producer. I misspoke. May I go back and do that clue again? Once a hopeful pod racer, not producer, he betrayed the Jedi and saved his son. The saga's emotional core, his fall and redemption, define Star Wars. His fall and redemption define Star Wars. He is your father, Luke. Yes, Sandra. You play the game. Vader's imposing voice came from James Earl Jones. His presence from David Prowse and his stunts by Bob Anderson. A villain assembled like a Sith Voltron. So it took 3 actors to put this guy together. There you go. Watch Anakin here. Kind of gets a little twisted up there. Here he goes. Oh. All right. Well, obviously that got easier towards the end, but obviously you guys knew all those. So that was good. Very good. All right. Well, that means it's time for an intermission lightning round. I know you guys love these lightning rounds. So the first lightning round will be the top 20 cult movies of all time. So it's going to be 2 minutes, and we're going to see how many you can get. So when I come back, hopefully we've got 20 names typed down there. We'll see. We'll see how you do. Saw you guys playing as a team there. You guys, between all of you, I think you got them all. That was pretty good. And this is a test of your memory, right? This is only a few weeks ago that we did this game. So, it's kind of a test. Kind of a test. See how you do. See your memory skills. All right, let's get going. All right, peeps. I think you know the rules. Robots do the painting, you do the guessing, and I give the confusion along the way. It's going to be the top 20 TV sitcoms of the 1960s. So quite a few of these are black and white. Just a warning, black and white. Here we go. All right, number 20. A hard one. She took a vow of faith, and apparently physics didn't object. Her headpiece acted more like a helicopter than a habit. This convent in Puerto Rico had some unusual windy miracles. Now, somebody played the lead character. All right, you guys know the show. Very good. Brad, Sandra. Very good. Do you remember, let's see, the actress's name? The main actress. Although, if you know some of the other ones, that would be awesome. How about the character's name? Remember the character? Fly Nun, of course, is the character, but she had a name, too. And Sally Field is correct, of course. And you remember any of the other character names? I don't really remember too many. I remember her name. Miss Nunn. That's good. No. Sister Betrill. Sister Betrill. She once called the show embarrassing, but it did launch her career. So, there you go. All right. Number 19. He's got antennae, mind powers, and a thing for trench coats. When your roommate is from Mars, things tend to get complicated. Yeah, that's right, they were roommates. This alien visitor had to hide from nosy neighbors, like a lot of shows, and NASA. All right, there you go, Brad. Brad's got the show. Bill Bixby was in it. Do you remember this guy's name? This actor's name? Or his character's name? Does anybody remember? Not Mr. Hand. No. It was Uncle somebody. He zapped through mischief with a raised eyebrow and a gadget. He played it straight, which made the Martian mischief even funnier. Yeah, Uncle Martin, right. Uncle Martin. And the actor's name was Ray Watson. There you go. It's a funny show. I used to watch that. I'm old. I used to watch all these. All right, here we go. Identical cousins. Yes, that's biologically bonkers, but just go with it. Patty and Kathy. They looked alike, but clashed like root beer and tea. One was all-American sex, the other proper as a pinky lift. Hijinks doubled when the same actress played both roles. with a split screen, and you could hardly see it. Yeah. Right. Okay. So yes, you have it. The Patty Duke Show. The Patty Duke Show is the name of the show. So that would mean Patty Duke was the actress. And she did play both roles, which probably was hard. And they had to get the screen to go together just right? They used to do that with a lot of shows, didn't they? I mean, this wasn't the only one, I don't think. It became a recurring storyline where they did the one actor playing both roles. Oh, was the one we talked about a couple weeks ago with who is the child actress that played both roles? Parent Trap, right? Yeah. Saves on production costs. Definitely saves on actors' fees. All right, number 17. This one's funny. They're all funny. He wanted fresh air. She wanted Fifth Avenue. When a New York lawyer drags his socialite wife to a broken down farm, culture shock is inevitable. The crops were questionable, and so were the neighbors. Yeah, Haley Mills, right. And yeah, so Brad got the show correct. However, he did not get the actress correct. So that would mean what? If Brad does not have the correct actress, who is the correct actress? Yes, her sister. Exactly right. Definitely her sister. Yeah. What was the actor's name? I can't. I think you had it there. Let's see. What else we got here? Arnold the Pig had multiple stand-ins, and he had a dedicated dressing room. Did you know that? David Gabor, of course, Green Acres. All right. Eddie Albert. Very good. Okay, number 16. Their home had cobwebs, torture devices, and excellent interior mood lighting. Morticia gardened deadly plants. That's right. She had meat-eating plants. Gomez blew up model trains for fun. That's right, crash trains. This gothic plan wasn't evil. They were just deeply committed to their aesthetic. Yeah, John Ashton. And who was the actress? Anybody know any of the other actors or actresses? In the Addams Family, of course. Yeah. Yeah, I used to really wait for this one, I think. I don't think it was on that long either. There weren't that many episodes. Somehow they were more loving than most normal families on TV. There you go. Snap twice if you know the theme song. Yeah. Gomez Addams. Okay, there you go. Samwise Gamgee. Yeah. Carolyn Jones was Morticia. Carolyn Jones. All right. Number 15. These are fun. These are all fun. This guy was sweet as molasses and twice as slow to catch on. He joined the Marines, but forgot to leave his Mayberry manners behind. His heart was pure, even if his marching wasn't. Sergeant Carter's blood pressure never stood a chance. There you go. All right. Brad, looks like you got it. And you even got the actor there. That's very good. Do you remember Sergeant Carter? He would get so mad. It would be like his blood pressure would be going off the charts. It's basically training meets fish out of water, and somehow it works. And you write Jim Neighbors, but spelled Nabors, of course, had a jaw-dropping baritone voice. Opera grade, hidden in plain sight. The official name of the show was Gomer Pyle, USMC. Very good. Yeah, obviously we watched too much TV, Brad. That was the thing back then. I mean, it was new, right? The TV. It was the newest babysitter. We were outside a lot too, though. So I don't know. There's enough time in the day for all this. Number 14. Oh, one of my favorites. One oil strike turned granny from moonshiner to millionaire. Jed, Ellie Mae, and Jethro moved to Beverly Hills, but brought the backwoods with them. They never really fit in, and that was the whole point. All right. Well, you know, King and Romas, it kind of looks like the Munsters. Kind of jumped the gun there, didn't you? Madoo! Yeah, there it is. All right, so tell me something. Tell me something about this show, you guys. What did they call the pool? What was the pool called? The richer they got, the funnier it became. Anybody remember the banker's name? What was the banker's name? Or the banker's wife's name? Oh. Cement Pond, yeah, that's correct. And Mr. Drysdale and Mrs. Drysdale. Yeah. All right, number 13. It was a World War II POW camp, but with one-liners. Colonel Hogan and crew turned captivity into a comedy of sabotage. I know nothing. I know nothing. Their secret tunnels were more efficient than most airports. That's a fact. There you go, Brad. Very good. Yeah. Tell me something else. Yep, Sergeant Schultz, of course. Captain Clink. The German guards were hilariously clueless, especially poor Sergeant Schultz. It was espionage, slapstick, and surprise teamwork all in one. And yeah, a World War II sitcom sounds odd, but it was a massive hit. Massive hit, especially in syndication. There you go. Hogan's Hero. You know, it ran for a long time, 65 to 71. So what, 6 seasons? Pretty good. All right, number 12. Now this one I did not watch. So there you go. Good luck. It's older. 1959. Dobie just wanted love, but so did everyone else. The show mixed teen angst, romantic blunders, and jazz age whimsy. It was kind of like Beatniks, right? Beatniks. Maynard G. Krebs avoided work like it was contagious. name was Maynard. It was the first sitcom to put beatniks on TV. There it is. I knew it. Dobie's heart was always full and usually broken. Yeah. Do you know what the actual name of the show was, though? Dobie Gillis Show is correct. It's generally correct, I would say. But the actual show was called something kind of a little spin-off of that. Anybody know? And it was Bob Denver, right? He made a good beatnik. He made a very good beatnik. Yeah, it was called The Many Loves of Dobie Gillis. The Many Loves. Did you know Warren Beatty made his TV debut on this show? There you go. Excuse me. All right, well, staying back in time, way back to 1961 is the next one. See if you remember this one. I don't think you're going to remember it. You'd have to know it from your research. They were cops, but crime solving wasn't exactly their strength. Hootie and Muldoon were more Laurel and Hardy than NYPD Blue. They bumbled through the Bronx with badge and blunders alike. Their precinct had more laughs than arrests. The show's chaos felt barely controlled, and that was the charm. Yeah, very good, Brad. Now, I don't remember watching this one at all. But of course, it had the same actor, right, as the Munsters. It had the Munsters actor in it. What's that guy's name? Can't remember. But yeah, Car 54, and very good, Sandra. Very good. You have the full answer. Car 54, Where Are You is the full name. And yeah, the theme song is still one of the catchiest in sitcom history. I wish I had any idea what it was. I would sing it for you. There you go. All right. I would hum it for you. All right, top 10. Here we go. Top 10. It got pratfalls, punchlines, and perfect timing, just like the guy himself. Rob Petrie was his name, is a TV writer juggling comedy at work and chaos at home. His wife, Laura, was played by somebody and was every bit his match. Whether it was office hijinks or ottoman stumbles, tripping over the ottoman. That's a good joke always. The laughs were smart and fast. All right, you guys are catching on to me. You know it. It is the Dick Van Dyke Show. And of course, it is Mary Tyler Moore, his co-star, as a very young lady. And yeah, he trips over the ottoman in every show, I believe. This show basically wrote the manual on how to make sitcoms shine. The writers based many episodes on their own life, especially creator Carl Reiner and his real family stories. Everybody knows who Carl Reiner is, right? Okay. Good shot. Dick Van Dyke. Number 9. All right, this one's a little more under the radar now. A little more under the radar. Let's see if you liked it as much as I liked it. If your cavalry unit has a cannon that backfires more than it fires, welcome to Fort Courage was anything but. It was filled with clueless soldiers and crafty locals. The Hakawi tribe may have been the smartest people on the show. So the Indians were smart. This Western spoof was all horses, hijinks, and slapstick gold. Think Blazing Saddles warm-up. It really was. Just with even sillier hats. Yeah. All right, so I don't see the right answer up there yet. You're on the right track, Brad, but that is not the correct answer. Do you remember the show at all? I used to watch this show. It was only on for 3 seasons, so, you know. Didn't run that much. The show reused, but it made our list. The show reused costumes from actual Westerns, from the Western movie. F-Troop. F-Troop. There it is. F-Troop. Okay. You'll know the rest of them. Glad we could stump you there on number 9. Samantha just wanted a quiet suburban life, but her nose wiggle had other plans. Her mortal husband, Darren, begged her not to use magic, which obviously meant she used it constantly. Every week brought a new spell, a new disaster, and a new reason to call mother. All right, so Brad, who's Tabitha? Just throwing names out there. Tabitha was the daughter, right? Was the daughter. Oh, that was the newer show. You're right, newer show. There you go. How about the cousin? Who knows the cousin? Who knows the 2 Darrens? Anybody know the two guys that played Darren? Oh, Indora is the mother, right? Indora. She was a witch. Such a witch. Oh. All right, well, we'll come back with the 2 Darrens sometime in the future. Number 7. All right, number 7. Here we go. We remember we're doing best sitcoms of the 1960s. Agent 86 had the confidence of James Bond and the skills of, well, not James Bond. Maxwell Smart's gadgets included a shoe phone and an exploding tie. I don't really remember the exploding tie. He battled the evil agents of, I'm going to make you guess the bad guy's name, with pure clueless enthusiasm. Its catchphrases were iconic. Missed it by that much. It was Cold War comedy at its silliest and smartest. All right, so you guys know it's Get Smart. Very good, Brad, Sandra. He wouldn't make it through TSA with that. No, he would not. The Dome of Silence, right? Do you remember the bad guys? What their agency was called? He battled the evil agents of. That was a cool name. This was Mel Brooks. Did you know that? Mel Brooks co-created this because even spies deserve satire. Barbara Feldon, of course, is Agent 99. And the bad guys were called Chaos. Chaos. K-A-O-S. Number 6. You guys know. You guys know all the rest of these. Somebody played Anne Marie, a struggling actress who actually had agency. She wasn't a wife. She wasn't a mom or a maid. The usual women on TV. She was just a working woman chasing her dreams. Her boyfriend, Donald, was supportive, but never the boss. Anne juggled auditions, side gigs, and fashion-forward outfits. The show helped pave the way for future sitcom heroines from Mary Richards to Carrie Bradshaw. Was not called Working Girl, but she was a working girl, but not that kind of working girl. You know what I mean? Who is this? Yeah, something girl. It was something girl. You're right. You're exactly right. And this is the pre-Carrie Bradshaw. This is the proto Carrie. Anyway, well, it was well ahead of its time. That is Miss Marlo Thomas, the daughter of Danny Thomas. And the show was called That Girl. That Girl. There you go. I'm surprised you didn't know that one, but you know what? You're going to know this one. One astronaut uncorks a bottle and gets a beautiful genie for life. Genie always meant well. She just accidentally turned things into camels sometimes. Yeah, do you remember the sidekick's name? What was his name? This was the buddy of, what's his name? I guess we need to know the main actor's name too. Barbara Eden, of course, was Jeannie. Yeah. There you go. It was Major Nelson and Major Healy. Correct. She blinked and she poofed, and she made the 60s more magical. It was wish fulfillment, romance, and sitcom chaos all in one. And Barbara Eden wore a navel-covered costume. And she wasn't allowed to show her belly button. Yeah, Larry Hagman, of course. Dr. Bellows. Dr. Bellows. All right. Top 4. Here we go. Number 4. Remember, we're doing the 1960s. Mayberry wasn't flashy, but it had the warmest laughs in town. Sheriff Andy Taylor kept the peace, but without ever drawing a gun. Deputy, I'm going to make you guess the deputy's name. He made mistakes and somehow made them endearing. Opie learned life lessons, and we all learned along with him. A sitcom so gentle, it felt like a front porch on a summer night. That was the key to this show. Now, so who are these actors? Who are these actors, and what's the name of the show? Anybody know? I bet you do all know. I think we're just dealing with slow internet time. Part of the game. Part of the game around here. So we're looking for the show, and we're looking for the actors. And not pictured is Opie, and that, of course, is Ron Howard. Ron Howard. And on the right is Don Knotts and Andy Griffith, and it is the Andy Griffith Show. So there you go, Andy Griffith. All right, you know this one. Number 3. We've been talking about them all night. They lived in a spooky mansion, but couldn't figure out why people stared at them. Herman was Frankenstein's cousin. Now, I didn't know that. With a warm heart and work boots. Lily ran the household like a gothic Martha Stewart. Eddie actually howled. Grandpa cackled. And Marilyn just looked weird. No Sandra. This is the other one. We saw the Addams Family earlier. This is the other guys. Both popular at the same time. They actually aired over the same years. Did you know that? Addams Family and this show called The Munsters. The Munsters, right? And the one daughter was normal. And everybody wondered, why is she normal? They never explained it, really. I don't think they ever explained it. All right, absolutely one of my favorites. And believe it or not, this only aired for what? 3.5 seasons. Unbelievable. A 3-hour tour turned into 3 seasons of tropical misadventures. A 3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour. The weather started getting rough. The tiny ship was tossed. If not for the courage of the fearless crew, the minnow would be lost. We need to make that into a minnow song. The professor made a radio out of coconuts. The castaways never ran out of food or costume changes. Somehow. Now, how was that possible? How did they have? It was only a 3-hour tour, so how'd they have so many costumes with them? So much clothes with them? It was goofy, implausible, and completely irresistible. And this theme song changed mid-series to include the professor and Marianne. That's right, they added characters partway through. Yes, of course. Of course. Madoo. This was Gilligan's Island. A 3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour. Now, I have to apologize for this one being number 1, but the robots are trying to make a point, I guess. This is to throw you off. Now, Lucille Ball said goodbye to Ricky and started fresh with more slapstick and sass. Her name was Lucy Carmichael in this show, and she was a widow raising kids. They killed off Ricky. Her best friend was still Vivian Vance then, and she returned. It was physical comedy, and it was flawless, and it was now had a vacuum cleaner. Time had passed. Lucy stayed on top by being fearless, funny, and fabulously redheaded. Now, yeah, so this one wasn't called the Lucille Ball Show, which the original one was, right? This one was called the Lucy Show, and it's a totally different show. I don't know if you guys knew that. She had another show. There you go. I guess the robots were trying to throw you there. All right, let's do one more intermission lightning round, okay? 2 minutes, and it's a little harder. I wish Stuart was in the house. It is figures from the Revolutionary War, and it's both the Americans and the British. So let's see if you can get any of these. There's your challenge. There's your throwdown. Let's see if you can get any. Sounds like I had two music tracks playing. That must have been obnoxious. All right, wait. Ulysses Grant was not in there, but and Jackson was not in there, but John Adams was. So you got that. So, Madhu, you got it. You got one for the team. Very good. All right, let's do round three. Supermodels. Supermodel. All right. Third round. You know the rules. Robots do the painting. You do the guessing, and I give the clues. Now, you may not need many clues if you know your supermodels. This is the top 20 supermodels of all time. Top 20. So, first couple might be hard. Number 20. A California girl meets runway royalty. She became a Victoria's Secret angel, but still gives off surfer sister calm. You've seen her in Sports Illustrated, strutting with confidence and charm. She's also part of a rock and roll dynasty, married to the Kings of Leon bassist. Her grace and glamour made her bridge between Victoria's Secret's bombshells and boho chic. Now she does come, number 20, so it's hard, right? She comes from modeling lineage, though. Her mother was a Playboy playmate in the 1970s. That probably doesn't help. California girl. Yeah, the first couple might be hard, you know? But a lot of these will be very easy for you. So we'll see. All right, any guesses? Going once, going twice. This is Miss Lily Aldridge. Lily Aldridge. Like I said, she comes from modeling lineage. Her mother was a Playboy playmate in the 1970s. There she is, Lily. All right. Yeah, hard one. All right, now I definitely recognize this gal, but I don't know if I would have known her name because it's hard to say. But she is a Dutch beauty who looks like she stepped out of a Vermeer painting. She moved from the Netherlands to top every designer's call sheet. She is known for her luminous skin and quiet confidence. They probably all are. Her Victoria's Secret strut was just one chapter in a high fashion career. She embodied a rare mix of ethereal and powerhouse. Now, something I'm realizing in this category is that from supermodel to supermodel, the clues are all going to be the same. You know, they're all kind of the same. Unless you recognize them. Anybody know who this gal is? She's very pretty. She's a good-looking girl. Not that they aren't all. Now, her name is Doutzen Kroes. Doutzenkroes. There she is. Okay. Like I said, you know, they're a little obscure, 2019. Now, this one's less obscure. She was definitely very famous for lots of Sports Illustrated. Okay? I bet you get this one. She's an Israeli bombshell who brought Mediterranean heat to the global runway. Her Sports Illustrated cover made waves and a few calendars. With campaigns from Chanel to Garnier, she conquered both beachwear and billboards. Like I said, the clues are going to be the same for everybody. She's famous not just for modeling, but for a high-profile Hollywood romance. She's been a girlfriend. Her girl next door glow made her a favorite of brands and tabloids alike. Gal Gadot, well, so that was the Israeli reference, right? It's not Gal. Gal Gadot was not a supermodel, I would say. But this gal definitely is. Anybody remember it? Another Israeli supermodel in Sports Illustrated year after year. She was the first Israeli model to land a major Sports Illustrated cover, sparking national pride. And there she is. Her name is Bar Raffaele. Bar Raffaele. There you go. I think you heard of her now, right? You've heard of her? Yeah. All right, let's go back in time a little bit more to more old school. Old school. 6 feet tall. A Texan. She was muse to designers, painters, and one very famous rock star. With a voice like velvet and legs for days, she commanded the catwalk. She straddled the worlds of fashion, art, and pop culture like a pro. She was a 70s icon who wore glamour like a second skin. All right, I think you know who this is. She was muse to designers, painters, and one very famous rock star. She was discovered sunbathing in Saint-Tropez. Classic model origin story. Yeah, Sandra, you're correct. It is Mick Jagger's girl. I think she's been married to like 3 different famous people, maybe more. Maybe more. Her name is Jerry Hall. Does that sound familiar? Jerry Hall. Yeah. Yeah, we'll give it to Sandra on that one. All right. Now you've probably heard of this gal. A little bit old school. She was the first woman from Central Europe to conquer the Western fashion mags. She was the first Eastern European gal to really make it. Her high cheekbones could cut glass. A frequent cover girl in the 1980s with a look both icy and elegant. She broke barriers for Eastern European models at a time when few were seen. Her beauty was matched by her brains, later becoming a sharp, outspoken writer. All right, you want the key clue? She married Rick Ocasek of the Cars. She's a little better looking than Rick. Rick married up. Did Richard Gere marry her too? Perhaps. Maybe. You might be correct. I'm sure she's been with a few famous people. But yeah, she was definitely a little better looking than Rick Ocasek. I think you'll know the name. Paulina Poroskova. Paulina Poroskova. First of the Eastern European models. Yeah. All right, now this gal's pretty famous too. A 90s bombshell with curves and confidence to spare. She ruled Victoria's Secret's catalogs and Vogue covers alike. She has a sultry stare that became her signature, along with her iconic red lips. She even appeared in music videos for Guns N' Roses during their rock era reign. She is a poster child for supermodel glam before the term was everywhere. All right. So can anybody think who this might be? Oh, no. But hang on to that, Madhu. The mole will show up later. She kind of looks like the mole a little bit. But hang on to that. The mole's higher up on the list, or down lower on the list, that is. Lower in the countdown. This gal's pretty famous, though. She's been with a lot of rockers. She might have been famous for drug habits. Perhaps. You know, she associated with the wrong people. Stephanie Seymour is her name. Stephanie Seymour. Pretty famous. Not as famous as this gal, though. Somalian Grace met Runway Command. Designers said she walked like royalty and dressed like it too. She broke boundaries for black models in haute couture and beyond. Later, she became a cosmetic trailblazer by creating shades for women of color. Yeah, there you go. Now we're getting this. I do. She was married to David Bowie because iconic people attract iconic people. I guess that makes some sense. She was discovered in Nairobi while studying political science. She was a queen with a brain and married to David Bowie. Iman. Very big. She was big. Very big. I don't know what she's doing nowadays. I think she's still around, isn't she? I think so. All right. Now, I don't have the clues written down for this next one, but I do know who it is, and I will give you the clue. You guys know a little musical artist named Chris Isaac. Chris. So this gal was super important in Chris Isaac's desert surf music. No, this isn't the mole either. If she looks, so, you know, they're models, they'll kind of look the same. This gal, her main thing, her famous thing, she was a regular supermodel. But her most famous thing was when she was in Chris Isaac, a certain Chris Isaac music video. And it was huge, and she was huge in it. You ever, you know that the song I'm thinking of, don't you? I can't. It's really Chris Isaac's music is hard to hum. Helena Christensen. I'll think of the Chris Isaac song. Google that. All right, I got the clues for this one. She was barely 5'6", but changed the entire industry. Now we're gonna go back in time. This guy was born in 1949. And all of us. I don't think she's still around. Perhaps she is. Her short hair and oversized lashes defined swinging London. Sandra! Her short blonde hair and oversized lashes. The waif look became the moment, and she became the poster girl for it. A model, a singer, an actress, and an icon, all before the age of 21. Nobody made androgyny look so joyful and mod. She was quite mod. But you are correct. This is Twiggy. Twiggy's nickname came from her skinny legs. Twigs. They called her, not just Twiggy, they called her Twigs. There she is, Twigs. Remember, this is top supermodels of all time. So as we get down to the top 10, I think you're gonna know. You're gonna know most of it. 11. This is going back a little bit. She was born in 1969. She made timeless beauty structure. Oh, there she is. She almost disappeared there on us. Her bone structure made quiet elegance her. Calvin Klein campaigns made her a household name. No words needed. She later turned activist and documentarian. And she was still graceful, just in new ways. So she moved on to do documentaries. Timeless Beauty. Her first name is Christy. Christy. Calvin Klein. She once earned masters in public health because runway royalty and also who is that? This is Christy Turlington. That's not familiar? Oh, there you go, Sandra. You kind of had it. Turlington with a T. There you go. All right, top 10. I think you're going to know most of them. I really do. From high fashion runways to reality TV showdowns, she did it all. The first Black model to land a solo Sports Illustrated swimsuit cover. She ruled the Victoria's Secret runway with confidence and curves. Later, she created America's Next Top Model and topped the world to smize. I don't know what that means. Yeah, there you go. Very good, Baloo. It's correct. Fashion icon turned media mogul. Always fierce, always in charge. Yeah, there she is. This is Miss Tyra Banks. Tyra Banks. She was born in 1973. Tyra was turned down by 6 agencies before hitting it big. Then she became the agency herself. Yeah, she did. She done good. She done good. You got to watch the little video on this one. She's quite the dancer. Robots did us good here. Tyra Banks. All right, she was number 10. So this is number 9. Number 9. Now she was kind of famous for icy blue eyes, and she always had a fiery walk. She was one of the longest running Victoria's Secret angels with nearly 2 decades of wings. Wow. Whether in couture or commercials, she owned the spotlight. Her athleticism brought power to the runway. No waif here. She wasn't wavy. Known for devotion to both runway prep and prayer beads. Before every show, she would pray backstage and eat a giant meal. Her metabolism was also iconic. All right, so Madhu, nope. This one is not Heidi Klum, but hang on to Heidi Klum because she's got to show up sooner or later. And this one was not married to Tom Brady. That's a different one too. Hang on to that one. But this was like the next one. This is like another huge model. She was from Brazil. Another Brazilian. I believe. This is Adriana Lima. Adriana Lima. That sound familiar? Adriana Lima. All right, Madhu. See if you can figure out who this one is. A German stunner who became America's sweetheart. She started as a swimsuit star and built an empire one smile at a time. From catwalks to red carpets to reality judging panels, she conquered everything. Halloween was her personal runway. I don't know what that means. Yeah, there you go. King, Madhu, you are both correct. She's a supermodel, a producer, and a business boss all rolled into one. Heidi's first big win, a modeling contest that she entered on a dare. Little known fact. Heidi Klum. Obviously, she did fairly well too. So some of these models were able to parlay their modeling careers into huge media stars. Oh, that's what it is. She loves huge Halloween parties. Very good. I was wondering what that was. Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. All right, here we go. Number 7. A very pretty lady. Now, I didn't know this gal as much, but she's definitely a supermodel. She is the ultimate chameleon. Every haircut became a global trend. Her signature quote, "I don't get out of bed for less than $10,000 a day." She's going back a little while because she was born in 1965. With cheekbones like sculpture, she ruled the fashion editorial scene. She walked runways like a goddess and posed like a piece of art. A supermodel who never blended in by design. So she was kind of old school, not really a Victoria's Secret. Oh, Doctor's in the house. We always say it's good to have a doctor in the house. And you are correct. Linda Evangelista, right? Linda Evangelista. Cool name. She once changed her hair to short and dark and booked 20 covers in that month. There we go, Linda. All right. Number 6, Supermodels. Another German. Germany's golden girl who could sell both Chanel and chewing gum. Her icy blonde looks drew comparisons to Brigitte Bardot. And I agree, she looks a little bit like Brigitte Bardot. She was the face of Guess, but the body of everyone runway. With over 1,000 magazine covers, she's one of fashion's most photographed. She made statuesque elegance look easy. All right, you guys knew this one. I do. King. Very good. We're into the recognizable supermodels. Claudia once caused a riot at a mall appearance in Spain. Beauty stampedes are real. I can see it happening. Good looking lady. Claudia Schiffer. Claudia Schiffer. She was born in 1970. What's that make her? That makes her in her 50s. There you go. Claudia Schiffer. All right, top 5. Top 5 supermodels of all time. Fierce doesn't even begin to cover it. She owned every runway she walked. The first black model to cover French Vogue and Time magazine. She wasn't just a model. She was a movement in stilettos. Her walk is studied, copied, and still unmatched. She's outspoken, philanthropic, and undeniably iconic. All right, very good. Badu, you got it first. Sandra, you're correct as well. King, we already had Tyra. Tyra looked good. They all look good. And Doctor, we already had Iman as well. But this is Naomi Campbell. Naomi Campbell. Naomi was discovered while window shopping in London. Proof that fashion fate strikes fast. There she is. You were out with your dog. Well, that's okay. You know, we were just doing sitcom. But you're back for the supermodel. Top 5. Naomi Campbell. There you go. She was also born in 1970. There you go. All right, top 4. Top 4. Here we go. All right. She wasn't tall. And she wasn't even curvy. And still flipped the entire modeling industry. Her face launched the heroin chic trend of the 90s. Great. Fragile, edgy, and powerful all at once. She made grunge glamorous and turned whisper quiet allure into a scream. King, you know these. You good. I do. Kate Moss. You are correct. Heroin chic. No one ever looked more mysterious on a Calvin Klein billboard. Her first photo shoot was at the age of 14. Smoking a cigarette on a fire escape. An instant legend. Yeah, there you go. Kate Moss. Her first shoot at 14, smoking a cigarette on a fire escape. She is pretty. All right, there she is. Heroin chic. Top 3. Now I know you know who this is. Let's see if you know her real name. You ready for the first clue? The mole, the hair, the Pepsi commercial. You know the one. She combined Midwestern charm with supermodel command. Her body was the blueprint for the 1990s beauty. She transitioned into business and TV while keeping her icon status intact. The mole. Now Brooke Shields. Kind of looks like Brooke Shields a little bit though, huh? I don't think Brooke Shields was ever a supermodel. She went straight to being a star actress. Wasn't she like 12 years old or 11 years old when she did that first movie? Brooke? I think so. A star who could wear Versace or mom's jeans and still win. Cindy Crawford is, of course, correct. Yeah, Brooke with the brow. Unibrow. Cindy has a degree in chemical engineering. Did you know that? Did you know that? That's why she's so good at that makeup stuff. All right, top 2 models. Can you imagine? Top 2 supermodels. Here they are. Now, they called her the body, and nobody ever argued. She dominated Sports Illustrated covers like it was her birthright. Aussie confidence, golden limbs, and that smile. Instant empire. She parlayed modeling into acting, business, and a wellness brand. Very good. Kind of looks like Cameron Diaz, but the doctor has it. The doctor knows we're talking about supermodels. Denise Richards. All pretty girls. Statuesque and savvy, a rare combo. Elle McPherson. Elle holds the record for most SI swimsuit covers of 5. Oh, and counting. She might do more. Was Cameron a model? Okay. Well, I'll take it. I'm sure they were all models at some point. They're all pretty ladies. They all must have done a little modeling. Now, who could be number 1? Who could be number 1? From Brazil to the world stage, she redefined supermodel for the 2000s. Her walk became legend. It was called the horse trot. It was heard around the world. She became the face of every major brand, from Dior to Pantene. She is the highest paid model over a decade by a long shot. Yeah. Ba-doom. You are, of course, correct. She turned the runway work into a billion-dollar career and did it all barefoot when needed. Yeah. Giselle once fell on a runway and just laughed, and then booked more shows for being unshakable. Unshakable. And Breton is in to help us out with the full answer. Oh, Sandra already had the full answer, pretty much. Although Breton's spelling is right exactly on. Thank you, Breton. Way to come in there at the end on the last number one supermodel for us. Giselle. I didn't know she fell on a runway, though. There you go. Yeah, Tom Brady. Hard to imagine that Tom Brady was the poor one in the relationship money-wise. Pretty hard to believe, huh? There you go. Well, that started a little hard, right? First few are a little obscure like they always are. We always do countdown, which is interesting, right? 20, 19, 18. So when you just start with 20, it's always a little harder and it gets easier. So, you might think, well, it'd be better to go easiest to hardest, but then you'd be going 1 to 20 and that doesn't make sense. That makes no sense at all. We always want the best at the end, don't we? All right, let's see what I got here for you. I got what I'm proposing to do on Sunday night. Hopefully some of you folks may be able to join us on Sunday for the next show. We always do 3 rounds. And on Sunday, we're going to have a little theme going on. We're going to have pop culture and pop culture through the decades. It's going to be the biggest events related to pop culture through that decade. So we're going to start with the 50s, and then we'll go to the 60s, and then we'll go to the 70s and think pop culture and think big events, and that's what we'll do. So it'll be a theme night on Sunday, same time, 7 p.m. So yeah, hopefully you get, since it's pop culture, you're going to know almost all of them, and you're going to kick yourself on some of them. Some will be pretty darn easy, and some will be medium hard. There might be a couple toughies, hopefully. We'll see. All right, guys. Well, I have, what do I have? I have a compilation video for you of the Supermodels and the Star Wars characters, and I'll play that, and we'll see you hopefully on Sunday. Okay. Thank you guys for coming. Always appreciate it. It's fun playing.
The night wears heels. She struts alone. This bar's the place I call my home. I sip the swallow pride. Pretend the moonlight lights by my side. Tell me, was it ever real, or just a song you used to feel? I still burn. I still ache. I still whisper your name when I break. In this velvet room where memories bloom, I still wait for a shadow to take shape.